Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
We are back. Good morning, good people. Saturday, March 25th, 2023. This is Spade podcast with another edition of the program. You know what season it is? Big Aries season. Big Aries season.
I thought you were talking about our season. I'm like, yeah,
Of course, we're in season 4, man. Listen, we in full go in season 4.
You are the most non-Aries person I ever met in my life.
You know what? That's crazy you say that because um I do have some Pisces tendencies.
Are you on the cusp?
I'm I'm like in the kinda. I'm like in the middle because I think because we start the 21st. Yeah, we start the 21st. And Pisces end on the 20th. I got some Pisces tendencies. But I'm an Aries. Yeah, I'm an Aries all the way. So my 31st birthday is coming up on the 29th,
Man.
next Wednesday. So looking forward to that. You know, as I get older, I start to have a greater appreciation for my birthdays. I mean, every chance I get now for my birthday, if it's during the week, I'm taking off work. I mean, that's no shit. The one day I get, obviously besides Veterans Day now, that I get to celebrate me. And obviously, we know what the climate is in our society. I mean, now everyone gets to see their next birthday. Obviously here locally, we know what it is as far as the crime and kids losing their lives, babies losing their lives, infants losing their lives. So for me to you know turn 31 here in a few days, definitely I don't take it for granted. Um, and everything that's going to come with that here in the next few days. I'm gonna just let everyone know in advance. Thank you for the love always that y'all show me, and yeah, we're gonna keep this thing going. So, God willing. Bro, I have no idea. Sharice, she's planning everything. I have no idea.
Okay, give her my number. So
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you her number so that way you can talk to her. I mean, I would imagine everything's pretty much set, So yeah, I'll link y'all two up so that way y'all can talk. But I have no idea what's going on, no clue. So
I'm jealous. You blessed. You know what I'm saying? To have a woman by your side, man.
don't be jealous, man. Your time coming, bro.
I guess it's
It's
just
coming,
like
bro. It's coming.
it's like how can I put it? It's like a little girl trying to trying to get into the double dutch, and the people who turn the rope is just so fast. You just okay, all right, here. Oh, okay, no, no, here. Oh, no. It's like
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, when she comes, she comes. I'm just not gonna force it. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna try to look for it. Just gonna let it come natural.
No, I mean before, you know, I mean I'm not gonna get too much into it, but before me and her met, listen, I mean, for me, I was at the mindset of okay, well, when it happens, it happens. I'm not about to just keep putting all my resources and all my energy and time and money into people who not um yeah, sure, I'll take you out, I'll date you, but as far as really giving you all of me when you haven't even shown me a small inclination that you there with me, nah. And God willing, if I have a son or sons, I'm gonna tell them like, listen, uh, girls gonna be there, women gonna be there. Focus on you, make become the best possible version of yourself as possible, so that way when you're at a position where you're somewhat content with where you are, they're gonna be there. Even when you 40, they're gonna be there. When you 45, they're gonna be there. So, you know, I mean, it's tough because we like to chase, tail. I mean, we're meant. It's what we're gonna do. But at the same time, if you happen to luck up and you find something at a young age, cool. If you don't, as a man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep going. Keep keep along your path. Don't get distracted by
The booty.
by IG models and all this fictitious
Mhm.
shit that don't really. It's not reality.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's already been documented in my life. There were women that I went at years ago, whatever, before me and her met. And now that they're starting to see what I'm becoming or what I am, combined with the bad decisions they made, now they're looking for me to save them or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, yeah, I mean, you might be cool, but you made bad decisions. So why do you expect me as a man to come save you from your bad decisions? I'm not
You
doing
save
that.
yourself.
Just because you wanted to be on the scene and whatever else you wanted to be doing. I'm good. So, man, yeah, don't sweat it, man. It'll come. It'll come.
I know.
But what's on your mind?
Um, hmm, it's a lot on
Oh shit.
it's a lot on my
All
mind.
right, I'm gonna let you rock.
But
Go
the
ahead.
but the piggyback what you were just saying though, real quick.
Mhm.
Us men need to stop getting, well, just people period, stop being influenced off sex and focus on the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially us men. You know what I'm saying? What Parliament Funkadelic said? Why must I be like that? Why does I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we
Mm-hmm.
have to tame that, man. Because naturally we're quote unquote hunters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we have to make sure it's worth our time. You
Yeah.
know, and just because she got some good gear, don't mean she a good woman.
Mhm.
Uh, Lord, I felt that.
Yeah.
Just because she got some good gear, don't mean she a good woman.
But can I say something real quick though?
This pussy.
Can I say something though? I mean, listen, and I say this all the time, and some people may get offended, but what's in between your legs is not special. It's not. I'm sorry.
It should be icing on the cake.
Right. It should be right. It should be icing on the cake. The cake should be what you are as a woman. Your makeup,
Foundation. Mm-hmm.
everything that makes you, that's the cake, right? That's part of what makes you. But what I'm saying is like that is a very, very small part of the overall body of work. It should be, right? So um I was always of the frame of mind that if you throwing it my way, if it's that easy, I know you have nothing else to offer me. Nothing. You don't got nothing for me. And so in my mind as a man, like, yeah, when I was on the market, I may decide to indulge or I may not. Just because for me, I don't like wasting my time. If I know that's all you got to offer me and that's it, to be honest, I'm not even gonna go there with you because it's not it's not worth my while. It's just a piece of temporary satisfaction, and then after that, I'm like, all right, shit. Like, what am I doing now? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I keep talking to you? Do I block you? Do I? What do I do? Because if you don't have nothing else of substance to me,
Yeah.
and it's just that,
What are you really?
I mean, what do you right? Like,
What's a cake with just icing?
they in a cake, in a cake. So, but to your point, yeah, like and that's why when we had Glee on, that's why I was saying to be honest, a lot of the blame falls on us as men because we we're not thinking with our brains a lot of times.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? And we we're most of the time we're just trying to get what we want, right? Whether it's right or wrong, you know, and whether it's someone worth our while that could potentially be something for us, or whether it's just a one night stand, right? But we're not doing our jobs by staying away from people that we don't really need to be associating ourselves with just because they got something that we want between their legs. Because all we doing is hurting ourselves and hurting them. Because now you know how they were in their mind. They think, oh damn, okay, we on that level kind of thing. And then you keep giving it to them, giving it to them, giving it to them. Naturally, as a human, you're going to begin to fall for this person, whether y'all establish a good chemistry or not.
Mhm.
But y'all establish some good sexual chemistry.
Mhm.
So naturally, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna gravitate towards this. But as a man, really, you're not there with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you fucking her mind up.
Yep.
Like, damn, like what happened to him? Like he ghosted me.
He just got the yeah and left. You know what I'm
He
saying?
ghosted
But that's
me.
all you. That's all you had to the table. So after he got it, he was gone. That's the most tape. You know, most situations is like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you know somebody that you seen them working like at a Popeyes or something, and you like y'all you just know them, and then they like you see them at the Popeyes night, and then like they bless you with some Popeyes.
Yeah.
So you extra friendly with them because every time you go to that Popeyes, you know you're gonna have some free Popeyes.
Yeah.
Then you see them later on, and they don't have the Popeyes job, and they trying to hang out with you. You was like, you don't have Popeyes, so
You don't got nothing for me. Right. You don't got nothing for me. And that's part of the reason why you got all these masculine women talking about some, I'm a boss, this and that. Because some of them they got ghosted by XYZ Ray Rays, Tyrone's, whoever. Right. And so that's trauma. Right. So that trauma over time it builds up to harden them in a way in which they begin to move like a man, right? When they wasn't that way before. That's why a couple episodes ago I was saying, like, look, a lot of the onus of why our community is the way that it is because of us. I mean, I know I make fun of the ladies and I come at them about different stuff, and rightfully so, because they don't get talked about. But a lot of the blame do go on us as men.
two things can be true.
Yeah, I mean, we got to make better decisions, right? Any man who don't take care of their kids, I mean, what are you really? You know what I'm saying? Any man who don't take care of his responsibilities for his kids or by his woman or whatever, I mean, what are you really?
Oh man, that just reminded me of a video I seen that like triggered me like a mug. Did you ever seen somebody that like he right but so wrong at the same time? Like this dude was like he was going off like people calling him because he had 7 kids, 7 different baby mothers.
Nah, ain't Nick Cannon.
So
Nick's past that point. He like 9, 10 deep.
So he don't take care of his kids, and
Uh-huh.
he was going at people saying that he was a deadbeat, and he was saying that
Mm-hmm.
I told him I didn't want to have the kids. So the fact that you still want to have these kids, knowing that I don't want to have kids, why should I be responsible for them? And then he was going on. He was saying that I know we shacked up together, but I told you I didn't want to have kids.
Uh-huh.
Got that part.
Mm-hmm.
Got that part.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. At the same time, if you did not want kids, why the fuck was you fucking her raw.
Right.
7 different women raw.
Right. Right.
Why?
You know what? It's one thing if you had your protection.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
use your protection, and then she wanted turkey base herself. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. But if you
she lied and said she on the pill, she not.
right.
You know, even though
I mean,
she
but
should
still,
wrap up.
but
But you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
But like you will have a little point. You don't have a point when you decided to keep sticking your dick in
Yep.
raw, and then you end up having babies. You can't get mad at that. I cannot get mad if I don't want to get wet and jumped in the pool.
Right.
I can't get mad at that. Oh, I'm wet. Why the hell did you jump in that pool?
Right. Knowing you can't swim.
What is wrong with like I don't understand. I didn't understand his logic. Like I was just like, dude, I understand you didn't want to have the kids, and I see if she finessed you or something like that, and you know, to her to get pregnant, but you decided to shoot the club up.
Use a big dummy.
You shot the.
Right. Yeah.
You went in there and said, "Pow!"
You
Man,
big
somebody got
dummy.
hit. What are you talking about? How you mad at that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
your fault. And then now 7 kids don't have a dad. And you talking about you not responsible. Bullshit. You was responsible. You put once you went raw, you was responsible. Because we talked about this a couple times.
Yeah.
If you not wouldn't have no kids, protect yourself.
I mean,
It doesn't make any sense. I understand that, you know, not using protection feels so good. But at the same time,
you accept the risk. You accept the risk, though. You accept the risk. And
Exactly.
I mean, if you can never be too ready to have kids, right? But if you not on those terms with that person to where, all right, we're gonna do this thing together, we're gonna move forward, whatever, whoop-de-whoop, whatever, right? Protect yourself. Or keep your legs closed.
Period.
Regardless of what he or she might say. If you ain't really feeling them, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
I just couldn't believe that man's logic, dog. I couldn't believe his logic. I was just like, dude, like what?
AP can call in too. He might be on hold right now.
I saw somebody come and calling.
Yeah. But now was that what you wanted to vent about?
Nah, not really. That just came to mind. I really wanted to vent about grown people acting like grown people.
Okay.
Like not like kids. Like, bro, like you just like my thing is he on?
Yo.
Yeah.
What's up, working man?
What's good? Man, look, not on duty, Craig. Not on duty.
Hey, listen. When you can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time as a man, hey, listen. It's all good. Gotta get your money, bro.
Hey, man, but I still had to tap in with y'all, man.
No, I'm glad you still called in, brother. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was tuning in on live, so yeah, I was definitely striking some chords with me on the topic. Like, you know, I just had a son in December. My son 3 months now, and you know, admittedly so, things haven't been easy. But you know, regardless of the trials and things that we're going through, we're still trying to make things work. Like, honestly stated, right after I get off with y'all, man, I'm about to get on this couple therapy thing, because I mean, I'm trying to be a father, but I'm also trying to be, a good partner in this situation. So, I definitely, can emphasize, what's going on and what y'all talking about.
Yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Fake without work is dead. You gotta put the work in if you wanna, make something work. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud you, saying that the willing to do that. Because a lot of dudes not willing to do that. Come tell me, I'm talking about man.
Therapy. Shit, I don't need that shit.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta put in the work on ourselves if we really want things to be, to be copacetic. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you putting the work in, brother, I applaud you for real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
I
not like
appreciate
that.
that.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put in the work, and you know, just because it's rocky, don't mean you can't fix that situation. You feel me? So, like,
Hmm.
I applaud all men who do that. All people, period. You know what I'm saying? That go search for help because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. You look into yourself to figure out what's going on within you. To figure out like, okay, we need to go talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, hey, big ups to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
uh,
appreciate that.
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. But you was right on time because I was just about to vent and stuff, and I know you can attest to this. You know what I'm saying? People acting their age. People acting like grown people acting like kids, like high school
Right.
kids, like afraid to have conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk behind their back and all that. We're grown. Like, can we have a grown up conversation? We can't have a grown up conversation.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Why the hell are you throwing
Yeah.
temper tantrums about little stuff that I'm keeping it real or keeping it a beam with you on? Or why you can't keep a beam with me on
Hmm.
certain shit and you going around talking shit instead of come talking to me about the situation?
Mm.
Why are we acting like
Right.
we're in high school? This is ridiculous.
Eh,
Grown people,
is
the
it?
people that's old enough to be our grandparents, Vic,
Mm.
AP, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, especially at the
Man,
workplace. At the like,
as they
good,
say, age ain't nothing but a number, brother.
bro. It's ridiculous. We're grown ass people. We grown ass people,
Hmm.
and we can't have like genuine conversations about your frustrations. Why?
I mean, it's a judge-free zone. At least it should be. Ain't nobody perfect out here.
Exactly. Let me know what's the issue so we can, you know what I'm saying? It's just it frustrates me, especially at work, especially when I'm on the job,
Oh
when
man,
I'm trying to do a job.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't communicate because you in your feelings that something should go like this. But if it should go like that, say something. Why are you not saying anything?
Hmm.
Why are you letting that fester and not communicating? And now it's a bigger problem than it has no reason to be. It's very irritating to me. It's very irritating me.
I,
And another thing, I hate when grown ass men act like little ass girls when it comes to situation far as being intimidated by a woman,
hmm.
your manlyhood getting tested, but it's not really getting tested. You just insecure about your damn self and not be
Mm.
able to look yourself in the goddamn mirror
Mm.
at your flaws and accepting that. Or you instead of doing that, you
Mm.
keep flipping on the person,
Mm.
and then in process you know when niggas don't know how to express themselves, what end up happening? Violence end up happening,
Mm.
especially
Hmm.
on our females, especially black females.
Mm.
They get that the most. Then you want to put your hands on a woman because she points you out on your bullshit and you couldn't handle it because you
Mm.
insecure with yourself as a man
Mm.
and you decide to put your hands on you.
Right.
And then when a
Yeah, we
man
gotta
come to
ask
you,
ourselves who's raising these kids. Like, really, who is raising these kids these days?
I'm
Who's raising these kids to show them it's okay to hit women?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dog. My dad told me at an early age, you only put your hands on a woman when your life is in danger.
Facts. That's the only exception.
Or better yet, get to the phone first and call the authorities and roll out.
If
Try
you
to get away.
You know what I'm
if you
saying?
got that kind of time, yeah.
Yeah, but she just pull
Yeah,
out a knife and
if
start
that
charging
option
you.
is
She getting
available.
knocked the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, she charging you with a knife. She getting knocked the fuck out. I'm calling the police and tell her what happened.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
slept.
self
She slept
defense.
with the nigga. She wilding. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that's the only instance you don't never, boy. I don't want to put no names out there because you know the
Mm.
situation. But it's one of my friends. I'm like, yo, wanted to put pause.
But see, you know, part of part of teaching especially these young boys the ropes is having men in their lives that
Mm-hmm.
teaches them how to be young men and eventually men one day. When you don't have that
Mm-hmm.
for various different reasons, whether they're dead in prison or just not around,
Absent.
it
Yeah.
falls on the women to do that. And granted, okay, the ladies, they're gonna try the best that they can to teach
Mm-hmm.
boys how to be men, but they can't do it because they're not men, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have a man there to teach you how to be a man, you're gonna turn out
Mm-hmm.
however you're gonna turn out.
And I will say, in some cases, there has been women out here that have, been able to balance
Yep.
the jobs of mother and father and still raising young men.
Yep.
Like, there has been proven statistics that show that, but
My
Yep.
mother.
then there are others who have children at young ages, and like you said earlier, some men tend to abandon their responsibility or act as if they're not ready, regardless of their manly actions, to go raw, have sex unprotected. But then when that child comes out, it's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this, but it's like, you
You
kind of
kind of
did,
did.
you know.
You kind of did. Once you stuck in, you was in.
Hey, man, I'm 35. I'm a proven statistic. This is my first child, and me and my girl, we was doing things, and then initially things didn't pan out, and I decided to take a step back and walk away. Then, hey, surprise, you got one on the way, and it's like, all right, bet. I'm on man time. Let's see what we can do. Let's do this. It's like, regardless of the age you are, even if you could say you've had all the experience in the world with children, it's like, now it's your time. It's your child, and now you about to have this journey with this child to where you got to show them the ropes, and you can't just give this child back after a couple hours. This is your child 24/7.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the shift in mindset that you gotta have is just crazy. It's either you're gonna sink or you're gonna swim. It's
Mm-hmm.
easy to it's
That's
easy
it.
it's easy to make a baby.
So is.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. It don't take much. But once that baby gets here, that's work. That's a full-time job.
It's a bid. It's a bid. It's an 18-year sentence.
It's more. That's
18-year
that's
sentence.
more than 18 years.
21.
That's a for
It's
life
for life.
sentence. Yeah.
It's for life. So death do us part. It's a marriage.
Yeah, my mama worried about me just as much as she worried about me back then.
I'm telling you. And like anytime I step out somewhere or I'm going somewhere, my mother's just as worried about me now
Mm-hmm.
than she
Mm-hmm.
was when I was a little boy.
Yeah. Especially in this climate.
Right. I mean,
Especially in
Look at
this
all
climate.
got a lot. We got a lot to deal with: carjacking, robbery,
Police.
police brutality.
mhm.
It's ridiculous. I'm in the profession, and I'm worried that I might get pulled over leaving work,
We seen it.
and
We seen it happen. We seen
until
it.
they right.
Yeah, we seen it happen.
Look at
We
look
seen
at look,
ex
look at what happened in Memphis as of late.
Yeah.
we seen ex-military, off-duty cops
All
get
that,
treated the same way and all that.
all that, man.
Mm.
I
It's
know.
so
I
scary.
got both sides of the spectrum.
It's crazy.
I'm an 18-year vet still serving, 12-year vet in law enforcement. So I get both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, I forgot where I was going on like a couple weeks ago, but it was I was driving. I was on Route 5. I was going northbound, and it was these two PG County police officers that were going the same direction as me. So I'm going about the same speed they going, right? Uh, and I get alongside the rear car, and then dude flashed me. And I looked
Mm.
over at him, I'm like, bruh, I know you're not flashing me because I'm about to pass you and I'm going the same speed you going. I don't care if you're a police officer or not. I have the right to pass you. I'm not. You're not going to a call. I'm not recklessly driving. I'm just about to pass you casually. I could pass you.
Right.
Don't flash me. You got the right one. Trust me. Try pulling
What
me
speed
over.
was what speed? You remember what speed it was?
Yeah. Try pulling me over. We gonna have a conversation. I don't give a fuck if you're a police officer. But some officers
Right.
think, oh well, I'm just while I'm driving, you can't pass me. That's the fuck I can, and I do it every single time. Because how people they
If
be
you going
afraid
under
to
the limit,
they be
if you
afraid to
going under the
pass on
limit,
the left or the
then
right or whatever. I'm gonna pass you for what?
It depends on the situation. I'm not gonna speed past no fed. You know what I'm saying?
That's different because now you're driving reckless.
Yeah,
But if I'm going the same
Yeah.
speed as you,
I'm doing
Flow
the
of the
limit. I'm gonna
traffic.
pass you. I don't see what the problem is. I've done it before.
I'm gonna pass you.
I've done it before.
I'm gonna pass you. And what did I do?
Yeah.
I passed them.
I would
You're
say
not
the
about to
key
bully
phrase
me just
and all
because you're a
that.
police officer. No, you got the right one.
I would say the key phrase and all that is going with the flow of traffic. And
Right.
say the speed limit is 70 and he doing 65 and you do 75 to pass him. That's 5 over. It's not like it's 10 over. And how often the individual is going 5 to 10 in a 70? Or if it's 55, somebody's doing 65. And you're cruising, you're doing whatever you're doing for whatever reason. There's the middle lane, the fast lane, and the slow lane. And whatever lane he was in, you just doing what you're doing. As long as it's not reckless and you're not doing 15 to 20 over, then I don't really see an issue.
No. They were in the middle lane. I was in the far right lane. I was in the lane next to them to the right. They not going to no call. They don't got no emergency lights on. They just driving. Like, bro, I'm going to pass you. You're not about to bully me.
Oh God.
I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be a captain, a sergeant, private, first, whatever. I don't care. I'm not driving recklessly. I'm casually passing you. That's my right to do that as a citizen. I don't give a damn you in a police car. That don't intimidate me. Everybody else, they was like, oh, we don't want to pass them. I don't care. I'm going to pass you. I'm going to pass you.
I feel that. You know with me, I be having gas in the car, so I'll be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, all I would say is in today's climate, and like I said, man, I'm in the profession and I'm in the military and all that. So, again, I'm not gonna move like, oh man, I got a lot to lose and whatever, and I'm gonna just live in fear or anything like that. However, I will, I had a Martin Luther King mentality. I'm gonna turn the other cheek, and I'm gonna live to see another day. But at the end of the day, too, I'm gonna have that Malcolm X mentality, by any means. And I ain't gonna let nobody send me out here in these streets either, or try to muscle me if I know I got a leg to stand on.
Right. And that's exactly how I was handling. Like, listen, you're not about to bully me just because you're in a police car. You're not about to do that because I'm not doing nothing wrong or out of the ordinary, and you're not on your way to no call. So relax. and I passed them. And I passed him, and I was like in between them. I'm like, go ahead, get behind me, pull me over. You got the right one this evening.
Yeah, I feel like not all of them, but I feel like it's a nice amount of feds that like once they became a fed, they wanted to become everything they wasn't before they was a fed.
Right. They had that. They had that mentality in high school where they were picked on or what have you.
Yeah.
And now that they got that badge, they feel some sense of entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
They feel some sense of entitlement, power. You got some of these officers out here, African American officers. Like, I could tell you about a time when I used to work at Quantico, man. You talking about a racist department, man. You talking about being that token black male, or if you wasn't that ideal token black male, how they tried to make you outcast. And, I'm of African descent, Caribbean descent. So I just would never be that token black male for them. So,
At all.
man, long story short, they sometimes they turn on their own because you're either gonna have the black dude that's tap dancing, shaking and jiving, and basically kissing ass and being a part of the good old boy network, or you gonna have one that's just I'm not rocking. I'm in this profession to take care of my people,
That's a
to
fact.
make sure that if my people, have an encounter with y'all, oh, they going home tonight. Or if they really truly in the wrong, yeah, they may get arrested, but they gonna live to see another day.
That's a fact.
Right. I mean, that's why when I was in it at the time, that's why I was doing it. I was doing it to really help. I didn't have to go to the police academy. I
Right.
invested all that time, energy, money into being a part of that community. I mean, it didn't work out, but yeah, that was the reasons why I decided to go that route because I wanted to help. I didn't have to be there. I wanted to be there. That's the thing. That wasn't the path that I had to take. And before we move on to the topic, that's why it's important that we got to have these officers who really want to be there.
Yeah, real talk.
If you want to be a part of whatever community you work in, live there. Get to know the people. Don't drive your little car 30 miles to where you work and then you live 30, 35 miles outside of where you work.
Work in your community.
Because you really don't know the community. So
Yeah, and that's what it's about. Working in the community that you're from, being in touch with the individuals and citizens that know you, that let alone saw you grow up.
mm-hmm.
Like, my little brother, he works for MPD, and he's a product of DC Public School. He went to Wilson.
Yep.
He went to Whittier. He's a product of DC. I watched him grow from an infant to a grown man at the age of 24, present day. And, you might as well say he was following in my footsteps.
Right.
Because here we are. I'm in law enforcement on the federal side. He's in law enforcement in the city, serving his community. So, I definitely give big ups to him because, man, I'm starting to get up there in age, man. I'm just trying to coast
Right.
and take care of my son and just stay out the way, but still make a difference and, be a shining light and an inspiration. But, I'm leaving it to the young dogs now, to kick in doors and do all that other stuff. But most importantly, make a difference in your community. And, hopefully he's taken enough from me to be that shining light in DC. He working out Southeast 7D.
Right.
So he's seeing everything.
Right.
So, I look at him and I just say, look, man, make a difference. Every time you lace up them boots and you put on that vest and whatever you do, have that mentality that you're going to save somebody's life tonight or, you're going to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about writing tickets. It ain't about handcuffing and arresting people. Now, if people just totally messed up and they just, a cancer to society, that's different.
Yeah.
But when you just got somebody that just made a mistake and got potential and you know that it was just wrong place, wrong time, and they know better and they want to do better, and you can see that, you have to be that deterrence for them and that example to say, hey, look, you messed up tonight, but here's a chance at redemption. Right. And that's what it's truly about.
Right. Well, we're gonna get into this topic we got, that I have on chivalry.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chivalry Dead. So I'm just going to I'm going to read what it all entails, what the definition is, and go from there. So chivalry is being very polite, honest, and kind behavior, especially by men toward women. The system of behavior followed by knights in the medieval period of history that put a high value on honor, kindness, and courage.
Mm.
And it says the age of chivalry was born between 1170 and 1220. So
Mm.
um, chivalry's been around for a long, long time.
It has.
And earlier we were talking about how in order for the community to get back towards being how it used to be, you got to have men
Mm-hmm.
around to teach boys how to become men. And part of that is knowing how to treat women when you come across them.
And on the contrary, Vic,
Yep.
it's also women teaching women how to be women,
Yeah.
or little girls how to be women.
Yeah.
That's a two-way street. Because
Yeah.
we can be the nicest men in the world and the most honorable gentlemen there is. But women need to recognize that, appreciate that, because it's very limited, individuals out here that still believe chivalry isn't dead and would still like to do chivalrous things for women.
Yeah, I mean, listen, because I've said this before. Sharice, she don't touch no doors. No doors.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yes, she
car
should.
doors. No doors to the mall. No doors
Mm-hmm.
at home. Nothing. You're not touching no
The
doors.
car,
You
nothing.
open the door for the bathroom? Like she on the
No,
bathroom?
no.
I'm
Come
fucking
on,
with you.
bruh.
You like,
Come on, man.
Not the
you like,
bathroom.
I got you. Here you go.
You know what the hell
I
I'm
got you.
talking about, man. You know what the hell I'm talking about.
I'm done, man.
I know you are.
I'm being
But
done.
what I'm
The walk-in
just saying,
shower door.
I'm about to cook something. I got the oven door for you, baby.
Yeah, hold on.
But now listen,
Grab
so
that
like
steak.
even like when you take somebody out, right? You know,
Yeah.
what do you if you picking somebody up
Mm-hmm.
as a man, what do?
Open
Get
the
out, you
door.
get out your
Pull
car,
up,
you go to the front door, you get her.
pulling up with flowers.
Yeah, I mean you can do that. Yeah, flowers.
Yeah,
I
I'm
never had to
old-fashioned.
pick up somebody for a date. I don't remember.
They've always met you at the destination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
If
she
they're
was living
worried
in the same
about just
complex. We
meeting me for the
met in the
first
parking
time
lot.
and not wanting me to see where they live,
Right.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
some individuals tend to be a little bit more protective until they really get comfortable that maybe they'll have you meet them at the destination.
Yeah.
Because me, the only girlfriend I ever had as a grown man, she was my neighbor.
Okay, I got you.
So I didn't have to do that. We just met in the parking lot. Then, of course, open the door for her. But if we're, parked between two cars, it's kind of hard for my big ass to come over, open the door for you. You know what I'm saying? Without hitting the car.
Okay.
But like in situations where I can, I will. Sometimes I don't get out the car. Sometimes I would like open the door from the inside, but I would still open the door. But I always open doors for what I'm saying. But it can be back. That can be. That can come back at you because I'm glad the AP said you got to teach women how to be women because
Yeah.
some of these women look at chivalry as what do you want from me? And I'm like, nothing. I just want you to like walk in out the door without touching the door. I because one specific I remember one specific time, the first time it happened to me. It happened to me a couple times, but the one specific time it happened to me, I couldn't believe it happened because the first time it happened. I was in college. I forgot the girl name. And she was kind of rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And tomboyish a little bit, but man, one day I opened the door for her. She was like, "What the fuck you do that for?" And I was like,
What?
Whoa.
I was like, my bad. I was raised right. Like I'm confused.
Right.
And then like the second time I did it, she was like, "Okay, what's wrong? What's going on?" I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "Why can I not open the door for you? Like, what's going on?" And that time it wasn't just her; it was like a couple females that opened the door. And she was like, "There you go again." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, let's talk. Like, what you been through? Like, what's going on? Like, why the
Yeah.
hell? Why I can't do that? You know what I'm saying? I guess
Yeah.
because she was from Milwaukee. I guess it's some dudes in Milwaukee that use Chivalry to try to get the cheeks. I guess, and I'm like,
It,
no, I didn't
it,
do it for that. I did it because you're a woman, and I was taught to open doors for women.
Yeah.
What is wrong with? I'm
is
like,
this
what? Go
is
ahead.
it safe to say that social media has had a big time influence on what we would view as societal norms and view as the old fashioned per se? Is it safe to say that social media has definitely affected that? Like we can look at all the memes, the Justin LA boys, the spiritual world, page, the I think it's called Niggas is Hoes or something like that.
Yeah.
Can we look at all these pages and say that this is what has been the influencer of today?
I think that
That if you're a chivalrous individual, you're a simp, or you want something in return.
believe that yes and no. I feel like it
Mm-hmm.
highlights the toxicity of that. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
for you to come up with that content, it has to happen in real life. You
Right,
feel
but
me?
it's
And
not.
and it just
Yeah, I
highlights
feel
it.
you.
That's why I hate when people was like, saying that because of course it's influencing, but at the same time, memes come from truth.
Mm-hmm.
Some memes
But the
don't, but
content.
majority of memes come from truth. Like when
Mm-hmm.
they say certain stuff like that, like Sims. A lot of women think that way though. A lot of women think that
But is
average
it?
a journalist man like that that's polite that shows chivalry, he's more of a simp. Women think like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's where that meme come from because
Yeah.
women think like
You
that.
know, you know what? I don't even think it's social media, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just think people are raised in a way
Yeah,
they just don't get it. They're so detached from how society's supposed to work. I
Mm-hmm.
I think that it comes down to not understanding what a man is supposed to be and what a woman is supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be. If if I'm supposed to do all the work to pursue you, to show you I like you,
Mm-hmm.
to put money up to show you I'm interested in you. If I'm supposed to do all these different things to show you I like you, I'm about you, I want to see where this goes, and then you just there
Mm-hmm.
like a lump on a rock, not really giving me nothing to work with. I mean, what's up? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But you would gladly take me up on the offer to have this free meal.
that's a fact.
Exactly, and that's what
So
I was getting at. Because
yeah, go ahead,
you
bro.
know, these memes, as my boy said, are from truth. But then again, whose truth is it? And is
That's a
it a
fact.
majority truth or is it a case by case scenario truth? And then we can take women out. Some are there for the meal, and then some are actually there to actually get to know you. But it's like we don't know, and that's the gamble. We can take you out, but we won't know your intentions until either during or after the date. If I get a call back, if I get a, hey, let's do this again, and we actually do it again, or it's a, hey, let me know when you get home, and boyfriend number two, or, side dude number two, sneaky link number two, is ready and waiting to pick up the pieces. He's ready to be the closer in the ninth inning. So it's
See.
like,
Go ahead.
no, you good. I'm done.
Oh, my
See
bad. I ain't know. See, this is why I like my women to smoke because that's a free way to
what?
look. This is why I like my women to smoke because that's a free way to get to know her without going on a date.
Yeah,
I'm
going
telling
to the
you.
park.
I'm telling you.
If you want to get to know me, you don't have to stuff your face to
Yeah,
do it.
because you can't just. It's not a lot of females that would just meet up and just have a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
It's not a lot of females that do that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
So like, that's one of my first questions.
Listen, man. These women smoke just as much as the men nowadays. So I mean, I'm not even surprised by that.
It's less out here than you think.
No, bruh. I'm telling you, these women smoke just as much as the men. I'm telling you.
Yes or no?
All right, bro. Okay. All right. I'm just saying they smoke just as much as the men. Just as much.
They do.
On a
They
daily.
do.
Like blowing up on a daily. I'm telling you.
I know a lot.
But AP brought up a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a man, like if I take you out and you got someone else lined up after that, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what I can control, right?
Exactly.
So if I take you out,
right.
you had a great time, and then you text me and say, "Hey, let me know when you get home." That tells me that you somewhat are interested. I don't know what's gonna happen after that, but if you're concerned with my safety after the first date and you want me to let you know, hey, when you get home or whatever, that tells me, okay, that must have went pretty well, right? Whatever you got lined up after me, I don't care about because that don't got nothing to do with me. All I can control is how I conduct myself when I'm with you. I'm going to show you I like you, whatever, and however you decide to handle it, that's how you handle it. But at the same time, don't expect me as well to keep overexerting myself, providing you with X, Y, and Z resources, spending X, Y, and Z amount of money when we go out, and you're not giving me nothing to work with. So I'm not gonna be. I may be in somebody's rotation, but I'm not gonna be in your rotation forever. It's either we gonna rock this thing out, or I'm gonna keep it moving.
That's a fact.
Because I got 5, 6, 7, 8 other women who want to have my time. I'm not about to be in nobody's rotation.
You ever been on 2 dates in one day?
Yeah.
That's an awesome experience.
Yes, I have. Matter of fact, I've been on 3. Yeah.
All right. If I could interject for a second. Now, there's another side to this coin as well, especially with today's economy.
Yeah.
And just how expensive things are.
Yep.
I don't have, and I'll speak for me personally, Mr. 9 to 5, my father, trying to work on his relationship. And obviously I can't speak on this too much because I'm in one. But if I was a single father, hypothetically speaking, and I'm trying to get back in the dating field, I'm not about to be wasting my time and money because I got bills. And if you're really trying to get to know me, again, until I feel safe in knowing that you are legit for me and you really want my time and energy and effort to pursue me and court me as I'm courting you,
right,
then we can go to Eddie V's and Bruce Chris. You know, you can get your pretty on and everything and get fly and get shown off and all that. Because now it seems like you want to be my girl, but in the getting to know phase, we can go to many nice places. DC, Maryland, Virginia is a beautiful place. We can go to Great Falls. Got beautiful waterfalls there. We can take in the sights. We can talk on a beautiful day. Or I got a nice park near my house where there's a lake. We can walk. We can talk. Whatever. But it's like in today's society and in the economy, you know, ain't nobody got it like that to just be spending money all crazy just to see that individual go off with somebody else.
Right. No, I mean that's a good point. And you know, we've talked about this on the show before as far as, you know, setting the expectation of how things is going to be after the first couple of dates, right? On the first date, I am not taking you to a 4 or 5 star restaurant. I'm not doing that. You know why? Because I don't even know if we're going to be there after the first date.
Why would you start big like that?
Right.
But a lot of young dudes, right? Or even like men our age, they do that because they want to show the women that they got it. But you don't have it for real.
You don't have to leave with your money.
No, a lot of men do that, and that's how some of them get caught up with shallow women.
Exactly. Half a week.
And they get played because they set the bar so high here that when they get to the second date, The second date may be out back or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then the woman is like, damn, like, why we coming here? Like, we was here, now we here. Well, as a man, like, you don't fucked up because you don't set the bar so high to the where
Right.
she's now expecting to stay there when in actuality you don't really have it like that. So for me, what I do is we'll go somewhere like mid-tier, whatever, and however it goes, however it goes. But if I ask, okay, well, what do you have a taste for? And and I get, okay, well, we can go here. Or we can go to, Five Guys or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Now in my mind, I know as a woman, it's not about the
Where we
aesthetic.
eat.
Right. It's not about the aesthetic of being at a 4 or 5-star restaurant. Because now I know you just genuinely enjoy my company now.
It's not.
Right.
She don't give a fuck where. It's with who. She's with
Yes.
you. And that's all that matters.
Yes.
That's all supposed to matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, again, back to that, that's why I like the woman I talked to to smoke. We can smoke and we go get some checkers or something. Go get some Wendy's. Go get some Popeyes. You feel me? We eat in the car. You know what I'm saying? Eat in the car and then we roll another one. You know what I'm saying? What? We ain't gotta go.
You know what?
Ain't gotta
It's just up to us men to just take the lead and set the stage. Just set it. Like, hey, I was thinking we could go here. That way we could talk, minimal distractions, and we can really vibe out and get to know each other. You don't have to be at my house. I don't have to be at your house.
Not at all.
We can find a nice public setting. Again, something with some nice scenery. And we can just vibe out and talk and get to know one another.
It don't even,
and then right then and there, you know who you're dealing with if she doesn't want to do that.
Exactly. I remember like after me and Sharice first, like after our first couple of dates, I think the third time we got together, all we did was get smoothies and went to the park. And we just walked and we talked. I mean, something, and see, and that's what a lot of women don't understand about us as well. We are so simple. Bro.
We're simple as hell.
We are so simple, bro. Like,
they think we're difficult like that. We're really not.
We're not. We're very, very simple. At the end of the day, because on the first date, there's a lot of pressure on us as men. There is a lot of pressure on us, right? So
gotta make a good first impression.
Right. So if you show me at the end of the first date that you're so concerned with my safety to where you want me to let you know when I get home, that does something to us as a man. Like now it makes us feel as though, okay, like now I gotta make even more of a greater impression the second go around because, like, damn, she might really like me. Right. So now we're willing to give you a little bit more of us because you're showing us that, oh, okay, like I kind of like him.
Yeah, you know what else is great to hear on the first date? When the girl says, yeah, 2 checks. What? You said 2 checks? Nah, it's really one. I got it. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because the expectation, like for most of us as men, like we're going to pay the first date.
Always have a facade that I'm not going to pay for the first date, but if I really like you and you into, I'm paying. Yeah, but I always say it up front just to see if they're going to go through it.
Again,
if that's like
that's why I believe. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, AP.
Oh no, I was just going to say, that's why I think it's important rather than if the first date is literally the first date after, let's say, meeting somewhere, like, you got her number at a grocery store or what have you. I would say the first date should still be a free date. And when I say that, meaning there are plenty of things to do in this area for free.
Yeah.
And right now, the first date, the first impression, the first interview, I'm trying to tell you as to who I am and why I belong in your organization.
Right.
And while I'm interviewing while I'm interviewing with you, I'm also seeing, is your organization going to be a good fit for me?
Mm.
And once we establish that, and let's say we sign a deal, then it's like, all right, bet. Let's take the field and go to these nice restaurants to where, yeah, second date, I see where your head at. We vibing. You really consistent with reaching out to me, texting me. The combos, the combos of vibe. You looking at the phone. The clock on the phone says 2-hour conversation. You're like, man, we've really been on the phone a good long time, and we're really like connecting. Then it's safe to say this person's showing me the intent that she wants to consistently be courted by me.
Right.
Then those dates where monetary value is being used to, go out to eat, then we can plug that in. I still feel like you really, as a man, have to know somebody's intention. And spending any money today in society is a lot of money because everything costs.
Facts.
It costs to put gas in your tank.
Facts.
It costs to get a nice fit. It costs to get a nice pair of shoes. You got bills. Apartment is like mortgage these days. Everything costs. And then if you're a father, that costs. So daycare, hello, oh my God.
Right.
Dude, another mortgage. So,
right.
Where I'm getting at is you really have to know one's intent and if they really value who you are and what you bring to the table and if they actually want to concern themselves with you or they just want to have a meal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because and that's why that's why I asked, is Chivalry dead? Because again, we know what the climate is out here on the market.
Right.
You got men who don't know how to court women, and then you got women who really not trying to be courted, or they want to be treated a certain kind of way that they see on Instagram. That's not really reality, right? So
right.
Again, as a woman, if you show me that you like me, I'm going to give you more. I'm going to do more. I'm going to be willing to do more to show you that, okay, you give me something to work with. All right, boom. Like, all right, now I might have got you flowers. The first date, okay, the second date, it may be an even nicer batch of flowers, right? Or the second place we go to may be a nicer restaurant, right? But if you don't show me anything, it's either that's gonna be the first and last time I see you, or we're gonna do something else or go somewhere that's not gonna be as expensive for my pockets because you still haven't really showed me whether you there with me yet.
I'll say chivalry isn't dead, and it's just a matter of.
Would you say, AP?
Now I was gonna say chivalry isn't dead. It's just a matter of when showing chivalry, will it be willingly accepted by the person who appreciates it?
That's the thing.
And regardless of whether it's accepted, you did your job as a man, and you should never change.
That's a fact. I think the issue is one is not being taught on the regular because there's a lot of kids having kids.
Oh my gosh!
It's not getting taught on the regular.
Say that again.
Yeah,
it's not being taught on the regular because kids are having kids. And
amen.
and on the other part is what AP said.
Man,
it's not being accepted.
Yeah.
Or people use that to take advantage of a person. So it's diluted because nobody know if it's real. What's your intentions with it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like how we talked about when we had the episode about being a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
That was like, it's good Samaritans out here, but it's a lot of good Samaritans got took advantage of.
Or killed.
Killed. We got stopped. We stopped from person because they quote unquote broke down on the side of the road. They just wanted you to pull over so they could rob you.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the same thing when it comes to being with chivalry.
Right.
There's been a lot of females that didn't accept that or try to, make sure say that you weak because you doing that.
Right.
or it's been a lot of dudes out here use that to try to get something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's diluted or just not being taught that. I know a lot of youngest that just wasn't taught that, which is ridiculous,
But
but just
also,
wasn't taught that.
but also, can it be reciprocated by women?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can I be chivalrous and can you be chivalrous to me? Because
Abs-
I'm not afraid of somebody doing something nice for me because I know I can do something nice for them. But will it be returned?
Absolutely. And that's the whole point of the conversation as well. Because as a man, I'm going to lead and show you I like you. Show me you like me in return. Right? Call me. Hell,
Yeah.
if I set up the first couple dates or whatever, you set the next one up.
Respect my effort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just reciprocate.
Mhm.
That's like being chivalry as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Respect
Thank
my
you.
effort. Reciprocate the love that I'm giving you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Don't try to
That's it.
emasculate me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like being chivalrous as a mother. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree. I think as a woman, showing your chivalry is acknowledging verbally to me that you appreciate X, Y, and Z that I've done. Like at a bare minimum, that's what we look for. Right. Now, if you take it further, you actually plan to execute something. All right, cool. We there for that too. But at a minimum, like as a woman, what you should be doing is acknowledging verbally, thank you. You know, I appreciated that. And take it from there.
Yeah.
Right? It's not even because
It makes us feel good.
that makes us feel good at a minimum.
It makes
It's not even
you
about
appreciate what I'm doing for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
now if you throwing X, Y, and Z at us from that point after that, all right, cool. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
That means you like us. But if you don't even acknowledge the fact that you appreciated the fact that we took the time to plan something for you or for us, that we spent the money, then at the end of the day, as a man, it's like, damn, like she ain't really like we don't really know like what to expect, like whether it went well, whether it didn't go well. Like we don't know. But if you acknowledge that you appreciated what we planned and what we executed on by spending time with you, because like I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? We all busy, right? So if I plot out time to spend with you, that says a lot about you as a woman, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't give me nothing to work off of, all right, that's the last time you're gonna see me. But I got a couple comments in here. Great vibes underscore leave says chivalry is not dead. Since folks have lowered their standards, folks don't feel the need to don't feel the need to. Again, chivalry is not dead. We live in a world of manipulation. Reciprocate is a cuss word nowadays. It's really sad. Yeah.
I I mean, I guess at the end she has a point. Oh, repeat the beginning again.
The first comment.
Yeah.
Chivalry is not dead since folks have lowered their standards. Folks don't feel the need to.
On what
Again,
end?
chivalry
Like,
is not
what do you
dead.
mean lower the standards? Because I feel like our standards, standards for us get raised and raised by the day.
You
Right.
talking about from women?
Yeah.
You talking about from what? You
Lord.
talking about from what
I'll
they
say-
expect from us?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, I'll say this because I could tell y'all a story when I was courting this girl. She was so fine, man, and I was doing everything, man. I fired up the grill, bro. Grilled some nice prime rib cut steaks, mashed potatoes, mixed veggies, asparagus, all that. Made my little signature cocktail drink for everything. While she was eating, I was massaging her feet, the whole nine. I mean, I showed her everything that I was interested.
Yeah.
But when I said those words of like, I really like you, I really want to see where this goes, I really, want to pursue you and what have you.
Yeah.
And mind you, this young lady, she was one who had a a not so pleasurable past when it came to dating. She had a daughter, and she was a little bit hood, but you look at her, you be like, she's beautiful, she's classy, but also hood. But regardless of the fact, I thought highly of her, still kind of do it to this day. But the point I'm trying to make is, this same female that I did all that for, we was friends, we still friends on Snapchat, whatever. I look at her story, she out with another dude. And when I was going smack, she was telling me, just be patient with me, be patient with me. And it's like I'm doing all this, putting all this effort, and yet she was out with another guy. And then the only time she would hit me up was when she needed something from me. She needed a ride. She needed to go here. She needed to go there. She wasn't driving. So I can talk from experience and say, like, women tend to want such things from those who they want. So if they don't really see themselves with you, but yeah, he's nice, he's cool, he's filling that void in my life as far as being a gentleman, treating me like how I want so-and-so to treat me, but he hasn't come around yet. So until he comes around, I'm just going to be treated like a queen, but I don't really see him as my king. But I like what he's doing for me. So it's not so much you like me, you like what I'm doing, because it's filling the void from something or somebody that's not doing it for you. So some women, I should say, they like chivalrous things, but most importantly, they'll appreciate it even more if it's from the person that they want it from.
Okay. Something got pointed out is the person you were trying to court was hood. Now, do you feel, and this is for all the guys here, do you feel that your environment affects of who you're trying to be civil with?
Facts.
I would say so.
Yeah.
It does.
Where was she from?
So I know she's from the DC area. She lives in what part of Maryland? Nah, hey, she lives near Andrews Air Force Base out there. I forgot what part of Maryland that was, but that's where I used to meet up with her to like pick her up sometimes. But I'm the type. I'm gonna give you a chance.
It's either Suitland or District Heights.
It's pretty much that area.
Yeah, Suitland. Yeah, it's Suitland.
But I'm gonna give you a chance. Let me see where your head at. But then after a while, once I see, all right, this ain't going nowhere, you ain't really rocking with me, then I'm gonna fall back.
Brian, are you able to add someone else to the call?
You said, am I?
Oh. Okay, hold on, AP. Somebody else is getting ready to call in.
I bet that.
All right. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting another call here in like a minute or so. Yeah, listen. Another comment that I got from Madhu Muse. She said, I just joined, still trying to catch up on the convo, but I want to say that modern women kill chivalry.
What I just said.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
a lot what AP was saying, it's a difference from liking and loving the person and liking and loving the idea of a person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I felt my ex was. I felt like she loved the idea of me, but she didn't love me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You love what I did for you.
Right.
How I make you feel, but you didn't love the person. That's a difference. And then that's where the part where it's chivalry, when I was saying to get taken advantage of, that when it becomes, because you like the idea of a person doing that, but if you don't like or love the actual person that's giving you that love,
right,
then it's just empty. You just like what I'm doing for you. You don't like me. You don't love me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I use the analogy all the time. If I'm pouring into your glass, right, I'm giving you I'm giving you some of me, right? I'm providing you resources into your glass from me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not pouring back into my glass, refilling my glass back up, what the fuck are we doing? And that's why I say, like, as men, we have to take more responsibility with the people we associate with, right? If because we get so caught up on the looks, the visuals. Cool. We're visual creatures. I get that. But we gotta take more responsibility and be smarter in understanding, damn, like, does she really like me or not? Because if she don't like me, I'm gonna keep it pushing, I'm gonna keep it moving. Cause listen, like, I got X, Y, and Z going on. Like, I'm doing pretty well for myself. It's not even about money. I'm a stand-up guy. Right? I got a few other people who would love to spend their time with me versus me simping over one specific type of person.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So, Brian, did we get that? Okay. Hold on, AP.
Cool.
There's two. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Hello.
That's all right. I wanted to make a comment on the chivalry because the guy made the young man that's on the podcast that I'm watching repeated. He wasn't understanding what I was saying.
Okay.
Hello?
So what I was saying when I said chivalry not dead, since folks have lowered their standards, folks don't feel the need to anymore. What I mean when I say that is that so many people out here, both men and women, are looking to have a man and their woman in their life so bad that they will lower their standards just to say, I have companionship, which is the wrong thing to do.
Right.
You don't have to lower your standards to have companionship. It's somebody out here for everybody. If you get with somebody and they don't meet your standards, that's your cue to turn around and go the other way. You don't have to stay there to wait for them to reciprocate what you're giving. If they can't reciprocate what you're giving, you don't need to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm only going to give you. You only can give what they're giving you. I'm only going to give you what you're giving me. And if you're giving me the bare minimum, I'm going to be the bare minimum out. I'm not standing there waiting to see if you're going to do something because it's never going to happen.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there being used. And it works both ways with men and women. And it's a sad situation.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with that part. I just feel like with the standards as a whole, because it is people out here with low standards and just want companionship, just have companionship, and that comes to the point of loving the idea of a person, not the person. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like the standards, especially for us, has been like ramped up to the point that we have to go outside of ourselves sometimes, and that's when chivalry gets taken advantage of. Because you go outside yourself because the standards are so high, especially with black men, but you get these females that just use us for our time and what we make them feel, but they don't really like us. So I agree with you. I just disagreed a little bit on a certain aspect of it.
I mean, I get. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I was getting ready to say, the big question that I always ask is, are we in a position to want to receive?
Yes.
On both sides.
Yeah.
If you're not in a position to want to receive companionship on both sides, get off the market.
Thank you.
Like, get yourself together, and then all right, come back to the table. But if you're not in a position to want to receive it, stay off the market, man, because there are people on the market that's ready to be on that kind of time. And if you're not ready, don't be on the market.
And when that happens, it makes us feel like that some women are here just afraid of a good man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too good to be true type shit. But if you feel like that, don't try to be in a relationship. Work on yourself when you be able to absorb that. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that, ma'am?
My thing with that is, first of all, initiating when you first meet each other, the attraction, you have all that, and you decide to go out, whether it be coffee or whatever it is, that need to be put right there on the table. I'm not looking to just to be your fun time. I'm looking for a commitment, companionship. Get it over off the break. Say that out loud so they can hear you say that out your mouth. That's what you're looking for. And if they don't understand it or if that's not what they want, they should say that right then and there. I'm looking for a fun time. I'm not willing to be your companion. They should say that off the break, both male and female, so it can be made straight right then and there. This ain't for me and this ain't for you. So it was good to meet you. Have a good life and keep it pushing till you get to that person that want that same thing that you want. And most of the time, I'm not even going to stunt or lie. A lot of people out here lying. They'll tell you they want the same thing that you want. And then in the midst of it, they want to tell you, I don't think this for me. But y'all have had this conversation and they were all dead whole and ready for it. But they never were ready for it in the beginning. So it's like really tricky out here now. You're going to have some that say they want it and they really don't want it. And then you're going to have those that really don't want it and they just ain't going to say it and you're going to be wasting your time. Absolutely. But that's the trial and error of it. You can't get past it. It's just happening. We just got to be able to be mindful to know that when it happens and we see it full on that this is the bull crap, to get away from it before stuff happens and stuff escalates and feelings get hurt.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Who is this, by the way?
How you doing? I'm Great Vibes Believe. That's my handle on Instagram. Great Vibes Believe.
She's Great Vibes.
Okay. Hey, Great Vibes. you definitely did bring the vibes. Any last words? Because we're about to wrap up.
All I'm gonna say is this day and time, this year, 2023, people need to keep it 100. They need to keep it 1,000 for real. First of all, we too old to be playing games. You cannot get time back. You don't want your time wasted. Second of all, I want everybody to understand. You cannot understand something that you were not taught. You Absolutely. Can only do what you were taught. So if somebody taught you to hustle men or women for money, that's all you know how to do.
Absolutely.
In order to get out of that behavior, you have to look at it from another side, another perspective, and learn that behavior in order to proceed into better things. So I want everybody to stop thinking that that's just what they're doing. That's a taught behavior. Like men were taught chivalry, women were taught how to treat a man. That's something that don't get done no more. They come up in a time where everything a hustle, get it while you can. Get them for what you can get them for. Get it for what you can get them for. It is a bad thing to be a chivalrous man. It's a bad thing nowadays to be a good woman that will take care of your man and do things for your man as he does for you.
Facts.
That is a cuss word. But
Facts.
What I'm saying to y'all and everybody else, don't stop being who you are because people are assholes.
Facts.
Keep up your behavior because that's what you're supposed to do. And that's your purpose. And that's the person you were meant to be. Don't let nobody break that in you because somebody's going to come that's going to love everything about that. And that's for you.
That's a mic drop moment.
That's a bar.
That's a mic drop moment.
Preach.
That's a mic drop moment.
Yes.
I mean,
that's the truth.
You can't sum it up any better than that.
That's the truth.
Brian, do we have somebody else on? Or
it's AP.
It's still AP?
It's still AP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any last words,
man.
AP?
Woo. Man.
Yeah, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I respect y'all game. It's 100. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. There's women out here just like y'all. They just the timing ain't right sometimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
AP before
Let her cook. All I can say is basically I'll have what she's having. I mean, she summed it up.
Yeah, she sure did.
I mean, she really that was true mic drop moment. But yeah, basically chase those who are chasing you, pursue those who are pursuing you. And make that declaration and that bold statement of what your intentions are and what you are, what you're seeking.
Yeah.
And like she said, only then will you know someone's intentions, at least at that moment. And as you go on, if the vibe is not still there and they're showing you otherwise, that representative that they initially showed you is not still present, then that's your cue to keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Yeah, to sum it all up, be somebody's priority, not a placeholder.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She keep dropping bars.
Man, I think we need the air horn or something.
Go ahead, mercy. we happy for y'all to call in on the show. Thank you for calling on the show, AP. Good vibes. It's been wonderful conversation. Thank you for putting in y'all 2 cents in. We're about to wrap up. Okay.
Yeah, man, great conversation. We appreciate the participation on the live stream, on the phone lines. Thank y'all for calling in. I really don't have nothing else to say. I mean that summed up everything we've been talking about this whole time.
She sure did. She summed it up and right on the bow.
Yeah. But man, on that note, we're gonna end. On that note, we appreciate y'all for participating today on today's show.
Like, subscribe,
YouTube, subscribe, all that. Get y'all tickets for our show.
Get the tickets.
22nd.
If you follow us on Instagram, it's in the link is in the bio.
April 22nd at Bus Boys and Poets, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tickets are $15.
Bus Boy Poets, Hyattsville. Stop playing. Gonna be a good show. Hey, you talking about?
But on that note, we're out. This is Spade Podcast. We love and appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe in this nasty weather this weekend. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. On that note, we out. Peace. Have a great weekend.
Get money and drink water.